Tikkun for Seuda Shlishis after Mincha.
Okay, we saw today the unique importance of Seuda Shlishis. We mentioned some of it. There's probably much more, but certainly it's the real expression of Kavod Shabbos that a person is eating the Seuda, the Kavod Shabbos. That the first two Seudas, it's easier, but that's the challenge, and that's the Seuda Shlishis, Shalosh Seudas, and according to the Ben Ish Chai, could be not even Yoitze, but definitely we have to focus on what Chazal tell us, Chacham Eina B'Roshei or B'Kreisei, and make sure that the third Seuda gets its attention that it needs, not to give up the Seuda because no person doesn't have an appetite. If b'di'evet a person can't eat pas, he can be Yoitze Tagima, but again, L'chatchila, Mitzad Adin, the three Seudas have the same halacha, the same chiyuv, the same hayoim. Pas is ma'akiv. If a person can't, then cake is the best choice. If a person's holding by achila gasa, so there's no point to eating. Not that he's potter. He lost the mitzvah. It's a tchlasa b'shia v'soife b'oinis type of situation, but it's not a p'tur. It's just that he can't do it. If he has no appetite but he could eat, so then with the Shulchan Aruch paskins that he has a chiyuv. Rabbeinu Tam feels that there's no chiyuv because there's no oinig. If a person could somehow make the food a little more enticing, or maybe eat matzah instead of chal, and that he has more of an appetite, that's certainly a good thing to do. Women have the same chiyuv like men, both in Shalosh Seudas and in the Lechem Mishnah. Lechem Mishnah, if they don't have, or even a man doesn't have, then one is enough, or two broken pieces enough. Of course, I should have mentioned a person has one bilkula and a small pieces, so keep the bilkula whole. Take one of the pieces, then you have two, and you also have the shalom, so you have a little of each. But definitely no one should give up Shalosh Seudas because you don't have Lechem Mishnah. It's certainly not ma'akiv. L'chatchila to eat a kabeya v'yois, a little more than a kabeya. Again, the size of a extra large egg is more than a kabeya. That's probably kabeya v'yoisa. But more than a kabeya v'yoisa, you could be yoitza, l'chol hadeyis. If a person mamish can't, so kazayis like some is also good, but don't make it until yadayim. A half a bilkula, the small bilkula is already a kebeya, and that's certainly enough when a person wants to just have the minimum. L'chatchila, we have Shalosh Seudas after chatzos and after mincha. If a person has to have it before chatzos, according to Shulchan Aruch, he's not yoitze, but there's what to be saimach on. But after mincha is only a preference, and better if you have any reason to eat before mincha, avada than before mincha is fine, and then mincha. He could have mincha after Shalosh Seudas. Erev Pesach Shechal b'Shabbos, we do the best that we could, but really it's not enough. We eat pas before chatzos and we eat hagima in the afternoon, and that's why the Zoya Kodesh of Shem Yochai was yoitzu with that Seuda Shlishis with Torah, and it's only Erev Pesach Shechal b'Shabbos. According to Rosh Hashanah, there's no chiyuv Shalosh Seudas on Erev Pesach Shechal b'Shabbos. So if a person doesn't wash the first that extra Seuda, but the ikka is to have on a regular Shabbos to have the Shalosh Seudas kadasu kedin. Eating after shkia, we said eila ve'eila divrei lekem chayim. Some are makbid dafka before shkia. Some that even that they would not daven mincha after shkia, they would wash after shkia, because basically it's a din in Shabbos and doesn't make a difference how dark it is outside. Once you get into Zman Ma'ir, Zman Avdallah, then you have a problem, but it's basically not a Shabbos-dik problem. The person only has 5 minutes, only could do mincha or Shalosh Seudas, it's tzarechim, what to do better. A Yom Teshachal b'Shabbos, we're a different minhagim, but of course, to prefer, if you can, daven mincha and the Seuda afterwards, and keep it a Seuda Ketana, that it won't interfere with the Yom Tov Seuda. Using a kais is a ma'ila, even if you don't drink it, but certainly if you'll use it for Havdalah, to drink for Havdalah, then about that's a regular kais shel bracha. And if you use a kais shel bracha, that's a good time to use it as well. The person said Baruch HaMavdil, he no longer says Ritzei. If he just said Baruch Hu to the express minion, he could stay Ritzei. If he forgot Ritzei, so then you don't have to bench over, only al tzafik brachas, but Chatchila, be careful to say Ritzei. He could add the bracha, the special nusach with the psich and echsima, unless it tastes like a chavim. The halacha says then it's too late to add the bracha b'shem u'malchus. A person cannot be yoitzik the kiddush using as the first Seuda and the second Seuda being third Seuda. If there is a heta in a cake, it's only the third Seuda, not the second Seuda. Careful listening. Yeah.